What's up, YouTube? It is I, the 3D printing wizard, also known as Chris. We have a few games to unbox. We don't have a ton. We have a few games to unbox. And then we might talk about board games after that, because there's not much board games to unbox, which is good. I didn't get a whole bunch of new games. I got a few new games. Shelf of Shame is looking a little full. We did play board games yesterday. TMNT Unmatched is now not on the Shelf of Shame officially. Really good game. Right now I'm giving it a 7.5. It has a couple things, but 7.5 is really good. That's a game that I would play anytime. Hey, what's up, Steak? Yeah, so TMNT Unmatched was really fun yesterday. We also played Mlem. Real fun game. If you just need an easy game that's themed with cats, highly recommend. Let's get to the board game unboxing. Hope everyone's have a good day, but we're going to unbox these board games. And first we're going to start with the Vale of Eternity. This is a Renegade game. Renegade makes Heroescape, and I love Heroescape. So if you like Heroescape and the game company that makes them, Vale of Eternity. What's cool about this one is it is a almost like a collectible card game. It's like a little battling card game. So yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's dig in. Let's dig into this game. So how's Steak on this fine Saturday? Boom. Boom. All right, my box of recycling is getting a little full. Little full. Ooh, spot UV coating. Oh yeah, they did make the Arboretum game. I think my buddy Tim really likes Arboretum. And I've heard of Stellar. Never played it. I think I've played Arboretum with Tim. Oh, the rule book's a little thin. That's good. Ooh, wrestling show soon. Today's Saturday, so there's AEW today. No, actually today's taping. Today, Saturday night main event. I think they're in Europe right now, though. This is the main player area. You sit where you play. Let's see here. We got score tracker and some very chonky pieces. Yeah, which wrestling show are you going to? There's a lot. There's some good stuff. Today's also TNA Genesis, the pay-per-view. A busy wrestling weekend. Yeah, TNA just had their first televised show on TNA the other day, and it was really bad. They apparently had visa issues, which you'd think you'd get figured out well before your very first televised episode on a new channel. So they only had 3 matches, and they were not... The tag match was pretty good. The trios match was pretty good. Everything else was not good at all, in my opinion, but I got standards. Let's put that over there. Lots of bits. I mean, TNA's not bad. I mean, so TNA used to be one of my favorites to watch. I stopped watching WWE and started watching ROH and TNA. In 2008, when TNA came to Chicago for a pay-per-view at the Hoffman Estates. I saw the pay-per-view and it was awesome. It wasn't what WWE was in 2008, which wasn't my favorite. So I started watching them. Mostly watched ROH. Ring of Honor was always my favorite, just because it was like underground and grungy, and a lot of the new talent Really nice pieces. Big, chunky pieces. I mean, that's a chunk daddy piece. So yeah, I don't watch too much TNA now. I still keep up with it. Mostly the talent pool has kind of disappeared. And not too many people I really want to watch. Really nice cards. These are those linen stock cards. Oh, very nice. Yes. All right. I like that. And then we've got... Ooh, what is this? This is a piece of wood that's like branded. Like legitimately, that's a piece of wood that's been branded. That's pretty cool. That must be like maybe a first player token of some sort? I don't know, but I like it, and I want to see that in more board games. Oh, of course, no little baggies, so I got to get my little box of baggies. So yeah, what show are you going to see today? I have no idea who's in your area right now. Normally I'm somewhat on top of what show is where. I'll use the bigger bag. I just know WWE is doing their thing in Europe. Yeah, ROH always got me. It was nice seeing the talent of today. Well, they're kind of getting old. Like Seth Rollins when he was the god of pro wrestling. That was a funny gimmick. Roommate does commentary for a local promotion. Oh, nice. Yeah, we actually have a local promotion in our city. Premier Pro Wrestling. They put on shows at a little building near where I used to frequent. Oh, actually more Spot UV coding, the logo Spot UV. So yeah, that was Vale of Eternity. Real bare bones little card game. I like it. It's supposed to be quick. It is 40 minutes and 2 to 4 players, so real easy. Yeah, local promotions are fun. That's usually where I get the most fun. That's why I really liked ROH. I mean, it was like, they were bigger. It was like a bigger local promotion back in the day. All right, next game on the list is Iberia, which is, so if you ever played Pandemic, this is by the same company that makes Pandemic, and it uses the Pandemic system, but it's supposed to be a better game than Pandemic, and I like Pandemic. It just is really hard. So it turns a lot of people away when you play Pandemic, because they're like, oh, we lost. I'm like, no, that's the whole point. The point is to play it a bunch of times and lose, and eventually win. So, and this is another one of those games. But Iberia is supposed to be really good. Production value from Z-Man tends to be pretty okay. I don't expect anything amazing in the box. I do like the box. It's actually really well made. It's that linen cover, but actually has like a thick UV coating over the whole box versus being that more matte. Ah, Danhausen, yes. He is a really cool gimmick. I watched him when he was in ROH. And then, of course, he was in AEW. So I watched him there. And then he just kind of fizzled away. But I do love his comedy style. I actually am a real big fan. Right behind me is an AEW figure of Orange Cassidy, which I find to be like my favorite kind of Danhausen type wrestler, who's funny, but I like Orange because he can actually kind of go in the ring. So it's kind of a good combo, but a little different. Yeah, Danhausen's super fun. He comes out to the tequila song sometimes. He had some pretty good stuff in the indies, and I think he just had a kid. So, oh no! Don't fly away, pieces. It's always the hardest part about board games. Quality's not bad. It's just standard cardboard, but it's slightly thicker cardboard. Here's the board. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Yep. Yeah, and I guess you... So these are like train tracks. So you can kind of like build tracks between areas? Something like that? I don't know. So you can get there faster. Not too positive. I haven't seen any gameplay of it. I just heard it was a really good game and it was fairly inexpensive. Yeah, the shin kicks. Yep. Yeah, that's actually what kind of got to me. I saw his match in AEW with Pac. I think that was Revolution 2021, maybe. And yeah, it just stole the show for me, where he kind of gets the other wrestler out of gets in their head by being, you know, goofy and like hitting him with those weak shin kicks, and then sometimes actually doing a real shin kick. Actually, the quality of this is really nice, and the art's actually kind of cool. Yeah, yeah, really nice. Yeah, but I love wrestlers like that who are just a little bit different. So you got nurse, agronomist, politician, railwayman, Royal Academy scientist, rural doctor, and a sailor. Oh no. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to try this game. There's that stack of cards. That looks like that needs to be bagged separately. Let's see if... Did I put away my bags? I did. Another one that I like that's like that. Actually really got into Juice Robinson. He did some pretty hilarious stuff in the ring. He's not more of a comedy wrestler, but he is very funny. I don't really take my wrestling seriously. It's like, I know it's fake. I just want to be entertained. So the more entertaining something is, someone is, the better. So I'm not there for the serious plots and stuff, because some of them get a little bit too serious. A little too... I also really like really technical stuff. Like, I was a huge Daniel Bryan fan when he was in Ring of Honor. Him and Nigel McGuinness, and yeah. Yep, this looks exactly like Pandemic. Let's put that there. See, that doesn't need to be in a bag now. Actually, it probably should go in a bag because it's going to move around. I don't think that... Well, there's a giant board that goes there. Yeah, and Sting's retirement was so good. Oh, man. You get all these different colors, but no separate containers. I will have to design some inserts. So yeah, make an insert for blue to hold their little piece. Yeah, we'll design some inserts for this game. I'll leave that packaged up, but I will throw everything else into this bag. Yeah, I really actually need to go... A buddy of mine, Mike, huge wrestling fan, like huge. Like, he would travel to like a ton of different indies, and actually is like been a chauffeur for a few guys at some independent shows. So he's actually like had Sabu in his car and other people like from back in the day, back in the ECW days. That's Iberia. Ooh, I like... Oh, that's not art. That's just the rule. That's just more rule book. I thought that was art in the lid. I was like, ooh, I love when there's art in the lid. No, no art in the lid. No, I really liked... But yeah, I really want to go see that local show. And be a patron of that. Iberia. So that is 2 to 5 players. 45 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, I should be able to get that into a game night pretty easily. And then it is time for the game I'm most excited for, because I love, there's a game up here right there. Cthulhu Death May Die, one of my top 10 games. Highly recommend. It's in the same universe as this game, but it's supposed to be easier to table. And that is Cthulhu Dark Providence. So, ooh, Abraham Lincoln. I'm in the state of Abraham Lincoln. Land of Lincoln. Yeah, these are all the characters from there, and it's a little bit easier, supposedly. Let's take a look. All right. There it is. Simon Games, who doesn't really exist much anymore. I think they sold this to someone. Selling off a lot of their properties right now, because they are hitting the bankruptcy. Ron Killings in TNA was amazing. He's still funny as R-Truth. I just don't watch much WWE. Again, like, I kind of stopped watching them in 2010s, because it was just like, oh, yay, see, you know, Cena, yay, more Cena, I don't care. Let's see, ooh, we got spot UV coating. I do like when they do that. Nice artwork. Let's take a look what's in the box. A book. That's actually a pretty thick rule book. Oh, free CMON content. Oh, it's my favorites, linen stock. Linen stock cardboard. All right, I'll take a look at what else is in this box. Let's do that. Oh, there's a dice bag in here. I can tell. Not a dice bag, but just a bag. Here's the board. The double-sided? Nope. There's different areas you're probably traveling to. We've got Detroit, Chicago, Boston, Arkham. Arkham's not an area that I know. Indianapolis, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, New York, Washington, D.C. Interesting. I wonder how this game works. I've had RVD at a couple of shows at my roommate's promotion. Jack Vaughn has been at a couple. We also have ACW in Oshkosh, is owned and run by Hornswoggle. He does a lot of content with Ethan Page in the toy hunting. This must be the points tracker or something. Yep, that is a bag. Oh, there's a tray for things. Organization, I like it. This must be your different... Oh, it came pre-bent. I always love when things come pre-bent. That just makes it easier on me. That way I don't have to break them. It's a sticker? And these things feel not great, but... Yeah, Hornswoggle's funny too. Saboteur. Got some cards, more cards. Lots of jewels. Look at all the jewels. Alright, let's take a look at this big stack of cards. Yeah, RVD's pretty cool. He was actually on AEW not too long ago. I have a buddy who's been watching a lot of JCW. He went to see their show when it was in Ohio recently. I'm not a fan of it. They have Vince Russo writing for them, and that just means I'm not going to watch it because I don't know what show Vince Russo hasn't killed. Ooh, yes. Really nice work. There's Nicholas Tesla. Yes. Yeah. Really cool artwork. Cthulhu, our Lord and Savior. What's in the box? What's in the box? Or as Brad Pitt would say, what's in the box? That poor guy. That movie was awesome though. Lots of cards. Still the linen stock stuff too. Like, really nice cards. Well, there's all the locations. Okay. See if these dividers work. If I like put these, I don't know how those dividers are supposed to work. Cars don't fit in there. They maybe go like this when you're playing the game. Nope. I don't know. There's little dividers down here. You'd think the cards would slide in. They don't fit that way. So those must be dividers for something else. So this will go here, and then here's a standee. That must be a standee for an enemy of some sort. Agent Monday. What is this? Dragnet? Agent Monday. Again, cool artwork. Very fitting for the style. Ooh, I like Agent Tuesday. Where's Agent Friday? Thursday? Oh. Yeah. That's our boy. Here's Friday. Cultist cards. Cultist behavior. Alright. So we have a bunch of spots for things here. I don't know. Oh, that must be for all of these. They all individually go in here like this? Are there standees for them? I do have a bunch of these like standees. Looks like. Let's see. Do something like this? Like a little thing? I don't know. Let's open up the rule book and take a look. Maybe I'll get some information in the rule book. Okay. Oh, martial law token. Oh, yeah. 30 frames, 6 for each color. So I gotta build a bunch of frames. Okay. I got time. Let's build frames and talk about wrestling. One, two, three, four, five. There we go. Got those purple ones. Steal these purple frames here. I wonder how these frames work. I gotta watch a gameplay of this. It was in one of my favorite game reviewers' top 20? And that piqued my interest. Boy, that doesn't really stick together too well, but that's it right there. Might be one of those things where I put a dab of glue on it. Alright. Do these actually fit in here? It looks like they would. No, they won't fit in there. I always love when games give me a puzzle. That puzzle is, where do the pieces go? Alright. 30 frames. Is there like a how to put away your stuff in the box section? I don't think there is. Nope. Nope, sure ain't. One sanity test bag. Dang. Okay. Well, I'll keep building these frames. I feel like they should be built. Do-do. There we go. Okay. I got all these frames. We got all these. There's a lot of tokens in this game. I feel like there's a lot going on in this game, and I'm gonna have to learn it. Probably should have watched a gameplay video. Actually, I could do a quick. Let's see here. Board game geek. CTHULU. Dark Providence. Came out last year. See if someone's got a picture of the box with everything put away. Let's see. Left screen. Just kind of thumb through all the. Yes, yes. Good Time Society. Hey, it's Tom Vassell. Hey, it's Joey Evans. No, that's Mike. Mike, right? I don't know. That's not. No, it is Joey Evans. Okay. How do we put the stuff back in the box? Come on, you can do it. Aha! They do go in the box. See, that's what I needed. They go like... They go like... Oh, yeah, they do go like that. That's cool. Alright. Overhead. They go in the box like this. Let's build more. There's 6 of each color. And there are 5 colors. I can handle that. No! At least they give you a way of organizing these and leaving them put together. I always despise video board games that make you build a bunch of stuff and then take it apart. It's kind of like in Wingspan. They make you build the little dice tray, but you got to take it somewhat apart to put it in the box. I'm like, no. No, I did all that work making it pretty and putting it together. Why am I taking it apart again? That just makes me sad. Alright, let's continue popping out pieces. This would do well with a acrylic upgrade. I should see if Etsy has anything. I mean, I guess I could 3D print little frames like this that will actually stay together. Or I can do it like I said, I can add a dab of glue. Dab of glue will do ya. Guessing I should probably get a specific type of glue. I typically use super glue, but it's not always the best on paper stock. Sometimes the paper stock absorbs it and then it like creeps up due to capillary actions, and then you have a big mess. Alright, so I got all the blues and all the grays. I don't know if I have all the gray feet, but I think I have all the blue feet for sure. Yes, a small dab will do me. Yeah, I got a really nice collection of super glue. Bob Smith Industries stuff. Really good stuff. The caps have a little metal like stabber bit in the actual cap, so when you squeeze it in there or close it, the metal piece will block the hole, so when you open it, it's never clogged. Because one thing I hate about super glue is you open up some super glue and then you use it a month later and everything that was in there turns rock hard because the caps don't seal well, or the cap gets sealed at the very tip and you can't open it, and then you're screwed. Like, no, I can't use my glue. It's all gone. I'm glad science has gotten us to the point where there's ways of using the glue and it not drying up. Yeah, who else? Yeah, there's quite a few promotions. Definitely need to go see some more local indie stuff. I kind of miss. I used to go see like every ROH. Anytime ROH came in to the area, I would see everything. And they came to Chicago a lot. They still sort of exist. They're under the AEW umbrella. They really don't like give it the amount of effort a promotion would need. So I don't really watch it too much. I do have an ROH subscription so I can watch the Vault, because there's some amazing stuff in the Vault, like just amazing. Reddish, orange, and yellow. Or is that orange just red? It's tough to see on camera. To me, in my eyes, it looks a little bit of an orange red. There's even people that will buy liquid resin and they will soak the bits in resin or paint it on. What's up, Roger? How you doing, my man? Are you having a good Saturday, staying out of trouble? We're on our last game. I only had 3 games this time. And it is Cthulhu Dark Providence. Came out last year, and it's in the same world as my favorite game. Well, not my favorite game. It's in my top 5. Cthulhu, Death May Die. So, alright, all those bits have been unbitted. I wonder if there's a cool word for removing the bits from the because then, like Warhammer, when you remove the pieces from the plastic, those are sprues. Currently at work, why would you want to do that? It's Saturday. Everyone should have the day off. Paid. Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we went back to a society where like businesses actually took care of their employees? My dad, he worked for an aerospace engineering company when I was a kid. And when he started, they had a barber shop on site, they had a restaurant on site, they had a doctor on site, they had a putting green in the front, and like a like a de-stress kind of can do some gym area. And as the years went by, all of those things disappeared. And then like before he retired, it was like, yeah, you have to pay into your insurance, and they barely paid into the 401k that they had started, but the business was making more and more money. And like a lot of people complain that the youth are lazy, but as someone who had also experienced the same thing throughout his career in working, like even when I worked retail, I started at $6.25 an hour. That was minimum wage up here in the 1990s. And I'd been there for 3 years, so I was making $7.50 an hour, and the new hires were getting $7.50 to $8 an hour. Yet I had 3 years experience. I didn't punch out a piece. Yeah, 3 years experience. And I was getting paid as much, so I'd ask for a raise, and they were like, no, how about we give you 50 cents more? So I'd be at the same amount as new hires. I'm like, huh. Mind you, minimum wage at that time was now $6.50 an hour, seven. Yeah, it wasn't. I was higher. I was more than $1 over minimum wage at the time. But yeah, it was disappointing. It's been like that everywhere. It's like every job I've had, it's always been like, what can the business do to make as much profit and underpay their employees? I don't fault young folk for trying to get a real job that actually cares about them and pays them what they're worth. Because there's no point in working if you're not paid what you're worth. That's my opinion. That's why when I found the opportunity to start my own business, I did it. Because the only person who can underpay me is me. And I don't let that happen. Mind you, I don't have a, what do they call that? I don't have a, I don't have stocks. I don't have any investors. I don't have any of that nonsense. I just have me and my bills. We do all right. We do all right. I don't know where any of these bits go, so I'm just going to set them over in that area for now. So yeah, it's like, yep, I get it. You know, I always hear, oh, they keep leaving their job after a year. I'm like, or 2 years. I'm like, well, what are you paying them? The same amount they were making. Because a lot of my friends are business owners, and I'm like, I giggle. Especially bar owners. I always giggle because, like, yeah, you know, I can't hold staff. Like, what are you paying them? Minimum wage. What do you want them to do? Be your best friend because you gave them a job? They'll just find another job for minimum wage that might treat them better. So yeah, it's always interesting. So, because I used to have loyalty. Like, I stayed at that place that underpaid me for almost 5 years. And finally, I had enough because I was like, man, I'm really not making as much as these new hires. Yet I'm doing their work and training them. Well, we can't pay you that much. Why can you pay them that much? Well, they won't work here if we don't pay them that much. Like, well, then I won't work here. Oh, okay, now we'll give you that rate. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. Oh, they didn't like that. And what's cool is after I quit, they went out of business a couple of years later because I told them a few things they were doing wrong. And I was like, this isn't going to work because I was a warehouse manager at the time. I was like, these practices won't work. We have to change these. And they went out of business because of theft. They had 20%, Regis came in, they had a 20% inventory skew where they're missing 20% of the product. Which is insane. Like, that's just a number. That's just crazy. Crazy, I tell you. And who texted me? Who dares text message me? Oh, now people are calling me. I called you 2 hours ago. Now you're calling me back? So many key locks. Look at all these locks. Why is everything closed? Oh, yeah. Wow, do I need to keep these in specific color? I'm going to need to get a lot of little baggies until I get this organized. Raga. Let's see here. Let's get my Boxo bags. Remember, kids, if you're into board gaming, save all of the bags they give you. And then you too can have a box this big holding that many bags in no particular order. I guess I'll put them all in this bag. Again, I don't know if they need to be organized right now. That's the fun part about opening up a board game. I don't know what goes where and why. But I will somehow put it away. Oh, my friends are playing Baldur's Gate 3. Good game. I never did beat that game. I should go back and see if I can beat it. I don't even remember where I left off. I think I got the Dragon Lady. I think that's where I left off. And 26 can't even make raises higher than 50 cents when I was getting the same highest possible raise at my job after high school. Yep. It's all about profits over people, unfortunately. And that was the funny thing I didn't learn about. What was it? I learned a little bit about investments, like how, you know, being publicly traded works. So basically, once you become publicly traded, you no longer... The short of it is you no longer care about your employees. You are now beckoned to your stockholders. So you can't have a year where you have losses. So you always have to continually increase profits. And oh yeah, we could co-op Baldur's Gate. I have a lot of friends that are playing it again. Yeah, if you don't appease your stockholders, things can happen. And they're not good things. At least not if you're the owner. Because you won't be the owner for very long. They'll find someone to replace you, and etc. upon etc. So you must appease your shareholders. And that's why a lot of companies kind of go poo-poo. It's like, if you look at Apple, Apple doesn't care about you. Well, none of them do. I mean, Apple, Samsung, they don't care. It's just profit, profit, profit. Whatever they can do. That's why we get little tiny upgrades all the time. This is why we get NVIDIA and RAM, NVIDIA causing RAM shortages and data centers. And it's just whatever to make profit. And the people are like, oh man. Yeah, we're going to make this part of the review impossible, aka nobody is perfect. Exactly, yeah. Yep. Like, I mean, even if you did get, like, let's say they told you, like, oh, we need you to get this much in sales, and you broke that amount, they go, yeah, but we expected you to make even more than that. And I'm like, why? You told me it was this much. Well, we feel like, oh, come on, man. So yeah, it's always some hooey-fooey, Hong Kong fooey. Not a fan. Not a fan. I think there's some space underneath here. Yeah, I can throw a few things under there. I'm guessing this is for Cthulhu? Okay, bits and bobs, bits and bobs. Oh no, I got more bits and bobs. I got more bits and bobs and I got holes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember my mom, she was telling me how everyone she also worked at the same place my dad worked. She worked in more of the common person's area, as my dad worked more in the engineering area. And they were like, oh, we'll give you a tech... Instead of giving them a raise, they were giving everyone a technician title. And she refused. Like, well, you don't want to be a technician? Like, do I get a raise? No. What do I get? Well, it would increase her workload. Because if she was a technician, she would also have another job to take on. So she refused. And they were, like, confused at why she was refusing to take the title of technician. She's like, well, one, I'm not a technician, and two, I lose. I lose out if I take the title. Like, I have to do more work. So, yeah. Cool. Look at that. That goes back together great. There is a little bit of box, unfortunately. I should probably start buying foam and padding. Like, you can see there's like a quarter, almost a half-inch of extra gap there. But yeah, that's Cthulhu Dark Providence. I do love Cthulhu, one of my favorite themes. And it is 1 to 5 player. I have to see how the solo component of this works. I'm trying to find more games I can play solo because I've always got a little bit of time. I'll roll over the cardboard I set down. My cardboard bin that holds all my recycling is a little full, so I had to sit on the floor. Yeah, I really like the theme. I love Cthulhu, but I want more solo games so I can, you know, I want to play more things that don't involve screen time. So instead of using a video game to pass my time, I can play a board game. I did play Propolis single player. I played Harmony single player, and I've played Fliptown single player, a few others. Oh, I do have one really good single player game. It's Final Girl. Final Girl's awesome. Oh. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at what the internet says about these games. So, left screen. Get all my stuff back in order. Left screen. So, Cthulhu Dark Providence. 7.6. It's a little higher weight than I normally like. I'm not a big high weight gamer, but I do want to give this a try. It looked cool. The artwork looks great. And then we have Iberia, which is 7.9. That's really good. And a 2.6 rated game. And it's just bits on a map. See what Ask Chief says? No. Oh, I didn't see these little pieces. That's cool. It's got little microscope pieces. And then we opened up the Vale of Eternity, which I've played on Board Game Arena, and I liked it. I didn't love it, but there's been a lot of games that I'll play on Board Game Arena, and I'm kind of like, eh. And then I'll play it in real life. I'm like, okay, this game is way better. And I've had the opposite. There's some games, and they're usually just games with setup. Like, if there's a game with a ton of setup, I prefer playing it on Board Game Arena because it just instantly sets up the game, or on Tabletop Simulator. But yeah, Vale of Eternity. But let's take a look at my wish list. I've got... Oh, actually, there's some things I got to change on my wish list. Because Cthulhu Dark Providence is no longer on my wish list. It's in my own... There it is, updated. Wish list. Quest for El Dorado. I also own this now. I opened that up on my own the other day. I just want to open up a game. So I didn't put it on stream. Wish list. And where is it? Okay. I've added some games. So Night Soil's not supposed to be a good game. It's a pretty high weight, okay rated game, but it's about poop. It's about like the people back in the day picking up the poop and cleaning it off the streets. And you do that for maximum points. Whoever gets the most points wins. And I hear it's a little broken, but I just find it hilarious. I think this would go great. Yeah, there's a little poop token down here. Oh, they're all poop tokens. Looks like that might have been a different copy because it was all like brown cubes. Yeah, it says brown cubes on this one. So I'm looking for this game. That's on my wish list right now. And Blood Rage has made it onto my list because they're remaking it. There's another game that I think I played it online and I didn't understand it. The theme is cool. So you're a bunch of Vikings that have died in Valhalla, and you're just fighting, still fighting in Valhalla. So yeah, interesting game. Not too complex. And it's, I guess, an area control game. Yeah, here's a good example of it. Area control management game. Kind of exciting. Kind of want to check that game out. On my list. Tessin. This is a new game that's not out yet. Someone, the game reviewer is watching. It's the same company and same world as a favorite game of mine from last year, which was River of Gold. So I have no idea what this is for, or what the theme is, or I don't know what any of the game is. I don't know what style of game is or mechanics, but I just added it to my list. Life of Amazonia. So I used to like this game called Earth, and I liked Earth because it was like a Tableau engine builder, and I found it to be really cool. But it's a game that it's really hard to teach. It's a little bit too complex for what it is. And then it's also can be very broken where like you just don't get things you need to do the best you can. So I've been looking at this game. It's a little bit different. It's got worker placement. So you got these like really cool meeples, and you've got money, and let's see if we got like yeah, so you're like building out your world, but it's also like a combo game. So I heard this is just a really good replacement for a couple of the games that I've been really wanting to play. I tried to look for this actually in the board game store when I was there yesterday or the day before. But Life of the Amazonia is a game I'm super interested in. I don't know if anyone's played that. Let's take a look here. What else is in my list here? Oathsworn. So this is the big game. Oh, go back. Go back. Oathsworn. This is like the big RPG game I'm trying to get. So I finally got my first boss battler, which is Valheim. I haven't played it yet, but I like the premise where it's like you and your team work together to get stronger, and then you battle the boss. And it kind of goes in that wave where it's like, okay, cool, you build up, fight a boss. Okay, you beat that boss. Now you got to build up, fight the next boss. The next boss is harder. And I kind of like that. And this is supposed to be that, but on a grand scale, like really beautiful pieces. These guys built custom stuff, but yeah, really beautiful pieces. Yeah, they painted these. Those are really cool. Yeah, you can see like it's a huge game. This guy's stealing my beard style, but mine looks prettier. But this is my big RPG game I'm trying to get. That's on my list. Cretaceous Rails. So I could get this. And it's kind of an interesting game. You're trying to build rails. Don't eat boxes. Certain boxes are okay. So you're trying to like make the best train route. So you can kind of see these train cars. And you're going to build paths and to show the best, like you're basically trying to build like Jurassic World, where you bring you can kind of see it back here in the background. Let's see here, grab this, where they built like these train cars in a line, so that way you kind of can look, or you can show your guests like the best grouping of dinosaurs. And yeah, you build little train cars and you'll go exploring. And I find the premise interesting. It got really good reviews. I tried to buy it and never sold it in stores. They offered it again on GameFound, and they want $200 for this game. Like it's $160 or something, and that's not including shipping. Here's a better showcasing of like you building the route to show like all the dinosaurs and stuff, and then you kind of collect the dinosaurs into your area because you've shown them to your guests for points. And I'm just like, I'm not all about that. The price was too high. So if I can find this For cheaper or not a deluxe version, like I kind of dig all these cool dinosaurs and stuff, but for the price, like let's take a look here. Like game found and Cretaceous Rails reprint. Yep. And back this project. And yeah, $189. 108, I mean $190. Like that's insane. You know, and then they make like a Meeple version for 80. So I might, you know what, maybe I'll do this. Ships in December of this year. That's another problem. December, like the weight on this is just insane. Cybersword pledge. Base game miniature edition. Oh, all in just gives you all the other. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so $100. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. It just looks very expensive for what it is. And then Cascadia Alpine Lakes is going to be the new Cascadia. I love Cascadia. I have Harmonies. A lot of people like Harmonies, which is basically Cascadia is a game where you kind of like get creatures in your area. So if you kind of take a look at it from above here, you kind of get creatures in your area and you get points based on like how you've built your area. You know, having so many grasslands connected equals a certain amount of points, and having like these creatures in a certain area, and then like up here these cards tell you how to like get them to be worth their most points. And I love it. So much easier than Harmonies. Harmonies is just, the rules are there's way too many rules for what it is. Like yeah, it's a good example of like how your board will look in the end. So I dig it. I think that's gonna be a great new version of the game, and we've played a lot in our game group, like a lot. There's probably more than a few dozen plays of that game. This is a game recommended me by Gigi, Cold Water Crown, which is a fishing game, and I like fishing, so a fishing game sounds cool. I know nothing about it. I just know that Gigi liked it, so I've added it to my games I'm looking to get. This one I thought I was going to get the other day. I hear this game is excellent. There's a new version. I wonder if they have the new version. Yep, there it is. Yep, there's the new version with the new artwork, and they streamlined some things. And it's just a big euro, but it's supposed to be a really good game in general. Haven't been able to find it for sale anywhere. They probably have it on here for sale somewhere. No. There's one eBay listing, and then people who aren't in America selling it. So they had the other game from the same maker, which was I don't think it has my search on here. I can actually look it up on my phone because Board Game Geek saves your searches. It was War Machine, Manhattan Project War Machine. Not as well rated, so I didn't get it. But yeah, pieces are cool. Theme I dig. But yeah, and it's also going to be a game that's going to be way cheaper. It's going to be like $60, which is fine. Speaking of fishing game, did you check out Cast and Chill? Yes, I have been playing it on my Steam Deck for a long time. So I actually have it on Steam. And I've beaten, I think I'm on like the last area. I've got a couple more secret, you know, the big lunker fish to catch to unlock certain things. But yeah, I played the heck out of that game. This game looks awesome to me. This is supposed to be Ghostbusters in a board game done well. There is a Ghostbusters board game. I didn't like it. My friends tried to kill me. Tim. Looking at you, Tim. I didn't like it. You can kind of do whatever you want, and if you don't play as a team, it kind of ruins the game. So I don't like games where people can break it just by not playing the game. Yeah, it's literally a horrible picture. But yeah, I like the artwork too. It's kind of a cool Cool artwork. And it's supposed to be quick. And it is a Mattel game, which is interesting. Yeah, it's got cool pieces, and you kind of go exploring and catch ghosts. So I wonder if they have a copy for sale. Amazon has it for $27. Well, you know what? You know what? Hmm. 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 Is it like video games being turned into movies? Doesn't turn out well usually. Yeah, I mean, there are some really good board games that come from IPs. Like, um, The Witcher has a decent board game. Now, it's decent with the expansions. For the Ghostbusters game, it's a lot like E.T. meets the E.T. video game for Atari, where um, some really lame mechanics, uninteresting gameplay, a lot of luck. Now, luck is a cool thing in board games, like, but the game felt like you just had to be lucky to win. Um, I prefer the player. If the player plays bad, you should lose. But you shouldn't lose if you do everything right and just everything is against you. Um, like your own teammate constantly running away when you need. The game has this interaction where a certain number of characters need to use their proton guns to attach to the enemy ghost. And if someone just goes away and you've got locked in, you don't catch the ghost. So it's just like, and then there's a bunch of enemies that can like push you out of the way, and just like it just gets annoying after a while. But we're gonna buy this. This is for $27. Yeah, yeah, yep. And it's the anniversary edition. So let's go ahead, and it's shipped and sells by Amazon. So we'll buy that now. Let's do that so we don't see where I live. Sure. Place my order. Cool. Placed. Well, that works. That'll cross another game off my list. Another game off my list. All right. Boom. Yeah, but I'll show you why I haven't bought Oathsworn. So, board game Oracle. I think it's got prices. Oathsworn. And prices. Yeah. 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 275 for the core pledge, which is the one I'd want. Yeah. That's why I haven't found that game yet. So this can go off of wish list to own. And this is an interesting one. No, Illinois even has it in the name, Land of Lincoln. 'Cause he did live here. He did live in Illinois. I think he was born in Illinois, and then he lived in Kentucky. I don't remember. We were supposed to learn all that stuff when I was in high school, or in middle school, I think. Like, we did a whole bunch of projects on Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, and whatnot. But Spark Riders is a app-driven game, which my friends group is very divided. Really? Where did Lincoln live? Yeah. Including a log cabin in Kentucky, a farm in Indiana, a home in Springfield, Illinois, which is our state capital. You purchased in 18 years, spent time in the White House. Yeah, and he was a Illinois state legislator and a lawyer. So, yeah. Illinois is land of Lincoln. Why is it called that? Oh yeah, yeah, president. Yep. I don't know if the present birthplace, as many people assume, is born. Yeah. Made for 16th. Yep. And we just liked him a lot, so we just named it that. He was a wrestler. Yeah, Spark Riders is an app-driven board game, and my group again, like I was saying, oh gosh, a Vampire Hunter. Yeah, I've seen that movie. It's funny. It's an app-driven space game where it's hard to see from this picture. Like things will happen, and the app tells you like, oh, this enemy is showing up from this area. Oh, your engines are down. You need to fix the engine. So I don't know how much my group will like the game. But I hear really good things on it. And again, they're very divided. I've got some friends in our group that like apps. I have some friends in the group that are like, meh, apps are bad. And I'm kind of in the middle. My favorite game of all time is My Father's Work. It's up here in the game collection. And it's app driven, but it does it well. It helps tell the story. And I love that. It helps just keep the story and keep things going. So it's more of a add-on. Now the downfall is if like the company goes out and the app doesn't get updated, then maybe you'll never be able to play the game. And that's true. That does suck. So yeah, that's the downfall. But if you get the game and the app works and you get a couple years out of it, I think that's fair. But I would like if companies were to go out of business or they're not going to support the game anymore, that they push the app like to be web-based. So that way it can always be accessed. It doesn't matter if technology updates or you don't update the app and it doesn't have like the securities or whatever. So that would be nice. Because this would not work at all without the app. This would be completely broken and useless. Another game I have on here is Primal: The Awakening, which is another boss battler where you and your group are just fighting bosses. You kind of bulk up. Let's see if I got a better picture of everything. Yeah, digital PC games are it's kind of rough and weird right now. All the game companies like you don't own it, which I get it. Yeah, big boss battler. The characters are cool, so it's like, and it's supposed to feel like you're way super powerful. Like here's this character right here with his Typhoon level 1 giant thing. So you just look really cool and you feel really cool. So it's kind of like being an ultimate video game character in a board game. And I think that would be really fun. I think there are my group specifically would really like that game. Spectral it might have teetered for me. I don't know if I'm going to really want this game, but it's supposed to be interesting. It's a hidden movement exploration game, multiplayer. It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I have a few things from GOG. I also get some things. I just hate not having one launcher for everything. But I just buy everything on Steam. It's just convenient. And I do buy some things on GOG and just add it to my Steam launching stuff, and it works. But with the board games, you own it 100%. That's the nice thing. Like every board game I own is mine. No one can take it away from me. They can't change the rules and hurt it. I can add my own rules to it, and they can't tell me not to play it that way. It's like when Uno kept telling everyone, like, no, you're playing the game wrong when you play a draw 4 on their draw 4. So, yeah, play it the way you want to play it. And we have a lot of games where we do that stuff. It's kind of like when going back to yesterday's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game. There was one thing I didn't like mechanically that kind of drops it down. It gets really crowded. So it's TMNT. There's 4 main characters. So we played it at 4. And I felt that at 4... the game gets very crowded. And you can't really move around that well. And there might be ways to mitigate that through some house ruling. All right. This is a game my friend Tim has that I don't, and I want it. It is Project Elite. This is a live board game, which is very interesting. So let me see if I can find a good picture of the board all set up. So like you'll have a timer, and let's say you get 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, you just keep rolling dice attacking enemies. And you just keep, I mean, and like every hit count, and you just keep re-rolling. Like you need a certain number of hits to hit certain enemies. You're like, I'm gonna use this guy to shoot this thing, and then you just keep rolling until you get what you need, and then you move on to the next enemy. So it's like, it makes it feel like you're actually there battling. Really great mechanic. I don't think many other games do it this way. Okay, all. And it just played so well. I had a lot of fun playing it, and it was really hectic in a good way. So I'd love to add it to the collection and have it here in the library. So light game. I guess I can just pop all these open. Minion, Misty Waters, Las Vegas Royale. Did I get Misty Waters? No, I guess I didn't hit it. I don't think I got those. The Dice Veggie is a really light game. I want it just because it's super easy. You literally get a cardboard knife, and you gotta like, you have cards that want, let's see if they got pictures of the cards. Yeah. It's like this one needs 2 peppers, an onion, and a mushroom. And you can see how the colors work. So like the white dye is the mushroom, the green card's the jalapeno, green dye are the jalapenos, red ones are tomatoes. These pink ones are onions. Yes, they do look like Warhammer pieces. But the Dice Veggies game is just a simple, fun game, and I had a lot of fun playing it on Board Game Arena. And yeah, I thought it was cool. It's, you know, I've been one of those games where it's like I wish I bought it, but then I don't need another party game. Soviet Kitchen Unleashed is an app-driven game. Speaking of app-driven games, where you scan the barcodes of things and you try to make combinations things with the colors. Like I've kind of barely remember how the game works, but you use the app to make things like come out. So like you want to make this purple sausage, and you have to kind of explain how these two things make sausage, and you know, and it rates it. So Terrorscape. I actually have this game. Let's see, pre-ordered. Boom. It'll be here. Actually, speaking of Game Found, where'd my Game Found go? Game Found. New update on Terrorscape. View my pledge. See? Terrorscape 1. It is a giant one versus many board game where there's a bad guy on one side, and he has the same map, and he's invisible, and everyone's on this side of the map trying to hide from the killer or escape. They need to find like a phone. There's like different things you do. You can like find a phone to phone out to, but he's broken the phone. You have to figure out a way to fix the phone, and there's like a way to like do other stuff. And fun things like that. So yeah, it's just a great hidden movement game, and the box is actually not only a box, it's the whole dice rolling system. This is here. So you get this giant like board game that opens up into this tower, and this is the side that you roll dice. So like if you roll dice in here, the dice actually come out of here. You got these stands for the keys and things that you'd unlock for doors, your health. Like there's just a bunch. They did a great job with just building the game. Shipping to the US is $21. I don't know if that's changed. I've already paid for the shipping. Yeah, it should get it here sometime this summer. Terrorscape. Las Vegas Royale, and I think I saw this. Yeah, really cool that the game is actually dice tower. I have another game that's a dice tower. It's Don't Let Me In or something. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, it's just a Vegas style game where you do Vegas things with dice rolling to win. I just thought it was interesting. It's really popular. I mean, it's got a 7.5 with 3.5 thousand ratings. Yeah, it is a really hard to get game. Yeah, $100 is not how much that game is worth. So this makes more sense. But they're not. No, there's a USA one. $70. No. Monster Slaughter is an interesting game. You're in a cabin, and you can see how it builds the cabin, and you have to like fight off the monsters and keep them from coming in and reboarding up doors and stuff. I just thought it was an interesting game. I don't know if it's any good. Would be super excited to see how well it plays. Especially our game group. I think they would actually really like it. Let's see here. And Misty Waters. I don't remember. Oh, that's right. This game hasn't released yet. It's one of those weird games that was announced 2 years ago, and it hasn't shipped yet. That's why it's gray. Yeah. But yeah, it's a pirate exploration game, and I'm really excited because I've always wanted a really good pirate game. The best pirate game I have ever played is Pirates of Maracaibo, and it's a really good game. It's a Euro, but it has some interaction. Yeah, and I've actually gotten really good at the game. I really love Pirates of Maracaibo. Highly recommend that game. This game, I don't know. It looks cool. I want to play it. I want to try it out because I do love me some pirate theming. And the miniatures look cool. And yeah, if it actually comes with metal pieces, that'll be dope. I don't know why this map looks different than this map, but whatever. Pirate game. After we talked about that. And I think that's it. I think that's all that's in my games that are in my wanted to buy list, my wish list. I have my actual game list, my actual collection. Let's see, filters. Still thinking. That's weird. There we go. Like, this is the collection of games. Don't buy this game. It's highly rated, but it is very unbalanced. Yeah. Should do a podcast. Yeah, I actually want to do. I started doing some board game arena nights, but I'd want to do board game arena again, and I'd love to do a tabletop simulator as well. Because let me open up tabletop simulator here. Tabletop simulator, right screen. Boom. We'll do this. Go into Steam here real quick, and we'll open up tabletop simulator. And go game load. The tabletop simulator is cool. I've loaded a bunch of games in here, so I can create a game, single player, workshop. So I've got all these board games in here already. So like even ones that you've played for, like Sorry and Battleship, but it builds everything for you. So like I'm actually going to try to learn how to play Creature Caravan here, but let's play Magical Athlete. Load. Boom. There's Magical Athlete, the board game. Love this game. This game is amazing, and it has everything built in. So literally, like, once everyone's loaded in, you hit start draft, and it'll draft all the pieces for you and do everything that you need. And it's in 3D, you know, and you can do things like, oh, hey, draw your card. Oh, it's not working. Usually center click is the not the zoom in button, but whatever. Oh, tab. There you go. You can point to stuff like, hey, put your piece over here. Oh, you move 3, so go here. And there's a whole bunch of games. You know, one of my other favorite games is Thunder Road Vendetta. Boom. There we go. It's going to probably ask me like, yep, we'll roll for first player, start game, and yeah, it's asking me to roll for the first player. There we go. And there's this game. Here's your little vehicles, and you roll your dice. Like, oh yeah, hey, you know, there's your dice. Oh yeah, a dice ruler. That's cool. Yeah. Real fun playing games in this. Main screen. Boom. Ah, I'm winning. Yeah, I'd love to do a tabletop simulator day. because I think that would be kind of neat. Especially with games like... I mean, you got Pandemic, which is great. Monopoly and Uno and Fury of Dracula. I mean, there's just so many good games on here. They even have Terrorscape on here. Dune Imperium, King of Tokyo, super fun multiplayer. I mean, we play freaking Clue. Like, hey, let's just play a game of Clue. And it's got little areas so you can't see what I'm writing. So, like, you can mark down, like, oh man, he's got the knife and this and the suspect. And then no one can see what you're writing. Those are all hidden areas. So when the game actually starts, you can't actually see what people are doing inside their secret areas. Oh yeah, there's the objects. So like, oh man, maybe I think it's Miss Scarlet. But it's definitely not the knife, because I just saw that card, and it's definitely not the Hall. I saw that card. So, yeah. Right-click on this note card. Name field controls the header. Description field controls the next. Yeah. And it's got all the weapons, so you can be like, oh man, I want this person with that in that area, and you can roll the dice. Oh, it's a 6. I move 6. Where's white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that. I did it. I moved. And the next person rolls. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So many games. And they're working on updating it to a new version. And it's got a lot of cool games that a lot of people probably have never played that I have played a ton of. Like Magical Athlete, Deep Regrets, Thunder Road, Fury of Dracula is probably one of my favorite games again. Codenames is amazing. Risk, which will take forever. I mean, Monopoly takes forever. I mean, you even got the Game of Life. I think if you use the F key, that's how you flick. I forget what the flick key is. I guess you just hit flick. I always forget how they want you to make that go. Go, go, go. Yeah, there's no spin scripting. Usually there's like little instructions on how you can play the game. Yep, this is all tabletop simulator. You know, when you get your little kids, they're like, oh, I got me a new kid. I mean, that's not for the one you're actually playing with. That's for in the game, but got me a kid. And then you can use the big ones to like remember, like, oh yeah, I've got a kid. Yeah. The board's actually in 3D. It's got, look at that, all the 3D pieces are modeled in there. They do a pretty good job. Oh yeah, you can use this die instead of using the spinner. This one might not actually have a working spinner. But I've played some that do have working spinners. Oh yeah, I rolled an 8. And I'm this piece. And where's start? Start's over here. I'm gonna start college. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dean's life. I get a life token. Give me that life token. I'm gonna put it over here. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, these are the little ones. That's what that is for. These are little guys. Look at that. There's a little car right here full of a family. And then when someone gets really angry with you, you can hit right click and you hit this button. Flip the table. Rah! Why did you win the game of life and not me? So yeah. Ooh, Pandemic's always good. But what's cool is some of these games actually have all the scripting and stuff, so you don't actually have to know the rules. It'll take all the rules. It'll do all the rules for you in the game. So weird. Yeah, here's Pandemic. And you can always add, and all the games are free. So you can hit browse and it'll take you to the Steam community page. And these are like, they've got 34,000 board games. You know, so you can be like, oh man, I want thematic games. And it's got all these board games. I mean, some are garbage. Like Who Wants to Play Munchkin Batman, but Dead by Daylight board game is pretty decent. Like, let's see, let's look up a game. Do they have My Father's Work? Let's see if they got. They do. My Father's Work, one of my favorite board games. And it released in 2022, so it might still work. So hit subscribe, and then boom, you go back to the game, and it loads it into the workshop for you. Boom, load the game. Yeah, it actually tries to get the app working for you, and I think it's not working too much. But yeah, so here's my favorite game, and you can set up the different games you want. So like Cost of Disease, not enough seated players start the game. Yeah, literally that simple to load a brand new game into your game collection to play. So yeah, I prefer playing in real person, but this is my favorite way of playing not in real person. So that is Tabletop Simulator. And they are working to improve it right now. There's also a new game that I've been trying out, which is Tabletop Playground, which is very similar to it. That's coming out from another game company that makes a lot of apps. So, yeah. It's my turn to play in Far Away. Speaking of Board Game Arena, let's take a look at my move in Board Game Arena, everyone. Board Game Arena. Far Away. Alright. So I need more skulls, or more whatever those things are, and more of those, because I have none of those in there. So I want to play this card. Cool. And hopefully they let me get this card. That would be great. I need those. I need 4 of those. So I need 1 more of those? Yes, 2 more of those. Oh boy. I don't think I'm going to do very well in that round. Harmonies! Alright, so I've gotten points for that. And my other card is... I need another earth and ground, or another tree. So I need... Oh, no more green. That's not bad. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, you can go over here. You can go over here. And you can go over here. And my turn. I'm in 3 games right now. Yeah, Board Game Arena is also amazing. It's just the games, as you saw, weren't as graphical. So it has thousands of games in every category. Yeah, you can even click all games or whatever, I think. I guess this is all games. It doesn't really have a list. But oh, Screen Park's in here. Heck yeah. Add that to my favorites to test. So yeah, games will come out in alpha if you're in the alpha testing group, which I'm in. And it's got beta games, which are from alpha to beta, and you can try those. Beta games anyone can try out. They might be buggy or whatever, but they got everything. Ticket to Ride, Azul, Patchwork, Memoir 44, Yahtzee, Castle Combos, real popular. Booty Dice is a pirate game. Pirate dice game, yeah. Yep. Yep. Booty Dice. So you can watch a game in progress right now. See people playing live. Anyone playing live? Normal. So you can watch people play games and Just roll dice, and certain combinations will give you like certain things. So steal 2 doubloons if you get those. Take 2 doubloons from the buried treasure if you get those. So I think it's like a Yahtzee style game where you roll them, and then whatever you get allows you to do certain moves. 3 blue give you mutiny. 3 red give you a shipwreck. So this one's probably going to steal. He stole 8 doubloons from the other player. This person rolls their dice. So they can steal 6. They're going to re-roll that. They don't want mutinies. They got cutlasses, which is attack a pirate. They lose 1 shield. And when they're at 0 shield, they can't defend. Okay, I get it. Yeah, cool game. Yeah, you can learn board games just by watching them. Especially if you've played a bunch of board games. Like, the mechanics are all pretty... Yeah, they're not all the same. There's a lot of mechanics that are similar across different genres of games. Like, Cosmoctopus is a tableau builder, which is a lot like Wingspan. But it's different. It's a different type of tableau building. Same thing with, like, Earth. I prefer Cosmoctopus to Earth or Wingspan. Dewan is a new game. I keep hearing good things about it. Junk drawer is kind of cool. You gotta put. Let's see if anyone's playing a normal. 1 move per day. 1 move per day. First player passes. Sure. So yeah, you get points based on how each drawer is labeled. So this one says score 4 points per item that are in this drawer. So you're trying to put as many pieces in this drawer as possible. This drawer, you want to have. Don't cover the center, so you get more points for not having the center covered. So yeah, and they're polyominoes, they're just different shapes. And on your turn, you have a certain number of shapes you can grab, and you get to take 1. And you can see the people's drawers. So this person's trying to get as many pieces as possible in here. This person's trying to not cover the center. So yeah, whole bunch of games, thousands of them, and people are playing them a lot. Like I've played 1,272 games. And I've been a member for 2.5 years. So, and I won my game of... Oh, top division. Nice. I did make it to the top division of the White Castle tournament. Cool. Yeah, that's my best game. Look at that. Those are my best games. My worst games, though. Let's go down there. Ooh, yep. Vale of Eternity, Terraforming Mars. Yep. Dice Hospital. Yep. So, reputation. Perfect. I did play a game of Lost Ruins of Ernak where I took too long. I'm sorry, game. All right. I think that's it. I just kind of want to go over. I only had like 3 board games to open. So I just kind of want to add a few little spicy tidbits, like what's on my wish list. And games I'm, looking at and stuff. Great description, but yes. Yes. That is a great nerdy guy who loves those nights playing board games and watching bad horror movies. That is a good description. That's it. That's all I do. So, so many games in my collection too. And it's free. But if you want to play like some of the cool games, any game that has this gold in the right corner are not free. Those are premium games. You have to pay for the $35 a year membership. So, like, you can play a lot of these that aren't free. Drop of Mine, Obsession. Typically, those are like games that are still selling really well. Yeah. I still wish this game worked. Imperial Miners, wherever that went to. There it is. Plays horribly. Keeps crashing in alpha. Llama, such a good game. Let's go. Oh, I'm so sleepy. But yeah. Oh, I didn't solve the date today. Today is not Friday, January 16th. Let's see here. Well. Let's get it to be the right date. So there's Saturday. Boom. Now it's Saturday the 16th. Where's the 7? There's the 7. There you go. Saturday the 17th. The date is solved. So, I'm probably going to live stream tomorrow. Let me see if I can find where I put it. There it is. I kind of got back into watches. Overhead. I bought my first watch in forever. I just wanted a watch that worked. So I got me just a simple G-Shock watch. Now, it's not super simple. What's cool about this G-Shock little Casio watch is it has it's actually solar. So what's cool about the solar in this one is, again, this is just an LCD screen. It's not like anything fancy. Once it's fully charged, which doesn't take very long, like an hour in daylight, it can last 22 months without seeing light again. And even like room light is enough to charge the screen. And then every day at midnight, or 12:30 a.m. or something, it has what's called multiband 6. So it'll actually connect via radio signal to the atomic tower stations. There's like 6 of them in the world. And it'll update the time to atomic time, so it's always accurate. And it doesn't need an app. It doesn't need to connect to your phone. There's no Bluetooth. It doesn't get notifications. And yeah, it's just a Casio watch. And it got me thinking, because I used to love watches. I used to wear watches all the time. And then I kind of got turned off of watches after smartwatches. Like I own an Apple Watch. I did all that for a while. And I'm like, it just was another thing that took my time. Like I get a text message and immediately I'm looking at my watch. Okay, what's that text message? Oh, I need to check what time it is. Let me grab my phone. Now that I don't have a watch, I'll grab my phone and oh, it's 4:08, you know, and then I'll see I have messages and I'll go right to that. I wanted something that I can check the time and yeah, and be like, oh, cool. It's, you know, 4:08 right now, and it's Saturday the 17th, and that's all I need to know. And then if I hit a button, I can actually, like, oh, it's 8:08 a.m. in Sydney, Australia, and I can set an alarm, and I've got a stopwatch, and I got a trip meter, and that's it. So, real simple watch, but it has some cool features. So I wanted solar, and it got me thinking, because I used to love watches. I actually bought, when I was in high school, and I worked my first job going back. Look at, we're going full circle here. I bought a really expensive watch when I was in high school and I was going to prom. My parents bought me a suit to go to prom in, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna get a watch to match my suit. And I bought this Citizen Eco Drive, which is a solar powered watch as well, but it died about 15 or so years ago, because again, I got this in like 1999. I would have gotten this in 1999, 2000-ish. Because the store I worked at the time, I got 40% off of jewelry. There's a huge markup on these things, like massive. So I got 40% off this watch. It was like a $500 or $600 watch at the time, and I got it for like $250 or $300. So yeah, I spent a paycheck or two towards a really nice watch, but it died. And I don't know if you've ever owned a nice watch. People don't want to fix watches. Watchmaking is something that's a dying art form, but we need it. There's still watches. Like you know, I've always wanted to get this thing fixed, but everyone's like, oh, you know, I don't want to, because it's solar. It doesn't have a battery. It has a capacitor. And it's actually really easy to fix this watch, but every time I took it to some place after it died, they're like, you know, they didn't want to work because they don't carry the battery, you know, the capacitor. It's just it's a fancy word for a battery. It's just a rechargeable battery. Because this too is also solar powered, Eco Drive. But yeah, I watched a bunch of videos and I know how to fix this watch. I ordered all the stuff. I ordered watchmaking tools and I ordered the capacitor, and a replacement gasket for when I take the back off. And even bought the tool to fix the links, because a lot of people don't know. They'll go to a watch place and they'll like, oh yeah, we can take links out of your watch, and they'll take, you know, a full link out, which is about a 1/2 inch change. But this is where your micro adjustment is. This is where you adjust just a little bit to get it tighter. So I'll put it on my, well, I guess I'll take off my fancy watch here, the Casio. That works. So I put this thing on, and it's always been like this. It's always been a little loose, but it's not so loose I need to take a full link out. So you'd actually just use the micro adjust to get it just the way you like it. Because I like it a little loose. So like I don't mind it moving a little bit, but I don't like it squeezing. I hate when a watch squeezes my wrist. So that's why you'll never catch me wearing like a wristband or anything. But yeah, I really wanted to get a nice watch, and I was like, shoot, I already have a great watch. Like this is, I mean, I went on eBay, and these are still like $200 to $300 used on eBay, so must be a good watch still. So I'm just gonna take it apart on live stream maybe tomorrow when the tools come in, which isn't bad. I think the only issues I'm gonna have is, depending on how bad the gasket is on the case back, that might be difficult, and then everything else should be really easy. And then it's got to figure out, I guess there's some way to maybe jumpstart it. Some of these watches have like 2 things I have to jump to get it to start again. It also needs to be in daylight for a certain amount of time to get it to start. So you don't know if it works right away. You'll swap the battery out, but it ain't going to start working because it doesn't actually have a charge, because those things are capacitors. They usually will be dead when you get them. But yeah, I mean, it's got all the fancy glow in the dark, the luminescent paint on all the, you know, so you can see it in the dark for a while. And I don't know, kind of excited to see if it works again. But that might be a stream tomorrow where I repair this watch. Yeah, no one tells you this stuff. And like I said, like when you go to a watch place, it tends to be, there's not a watchmaker there. There's someone that works back there that knows how to take links out. There's a person that knows to take the case off and put batteries in. But no one works on watches. So I watched a bunch of videos on a couple watchmakers, and they're not old guys. These are guys that like learned how to do stuff. Oh yeah, those automatic watches are cool. Just like shake your wrist a little bit, and they'll wind up the windings in there. But yeah, I was watching the videos. I'm like, man, I can fix that. I can do that. Like I'm a handy person. There's even cool tools. Like I got a bunch of abrasion on the bracelet. I can actually, you know, take all that out and make it look brand new, because it's just a steel watch. Like this isn't a gold or silver watch. This is just a stainless steel watch. It's a diving watch, 200 meters. So, and it's got a calendar. It's a perpetual watch. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited. So that's going to be maybe my stream tomorrow, is taking this bad boy apart and changing out the capacitor and setting it by my window if there's daylight and getting it charged up. So, yeah. But I also have a couple, I got another Casio yesterday from, you know, it's a fancy watch. It comes in a cool box. Look at that Citizen box. Looking at you like, oh yeah, look at my cool watch. Oh, yeah. I got another. It's the Casio Royale. Is what they Casino Royale, because James Bond wore it. Casio Royale. Right screen. I got one of these, but I got it with this strap. Nope. I got it with a fabric strap. So, an old Timex thing. This was the last Christmas present from my grandparents. See, watches are memories, man. People used to buy those as gifts, and I kind of want to maybe buy watches as gifts this year. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. Oh, yeah, I can turn my camera back on. Look, there's me. Yeah, I kind of want to, like, because again, they have You know, where's the all watches? There we go. They make like normal watches now. Like, look at that. That's just a modern watch. Not sure if the battery corroded or not. Yeah, but it's all fixable. Like, I can be super stylish and get the electroluminescent watch. So, yeah. Yeah, if you like red, like I might buy this for my buddy Ryan or something. I don't know. He loves the color red. You know, find everyone their favorite color and get them a watch in their color. Get them the calculator watch for, you know, your friend who does taxes. Um, oh, that's a cool one. I do like this one. Ooh, with a negative screen, I do like that. MRG 6 MRG Casio. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, they've added a like high-end brand as well. So yeah, they've definitely upgraded. They don't just make the $10 watch. Like I wouldn't mind this watch. That's pretty cool. But they do have, let's see here. Where's their brands up here? I think it's their Oceanus. Yeah, so they've got their like Mariner style watches. So if you're one of those humans, and then they've got the Edifice watches, which is their other high-end brand. That can get pretty expensive. No, this isn't the expensive. This is the medium price. So these are the pretty watches that aren't expensive. Yeah, if you want just like a watch that looks, you know, like a chronometer watch. If you just want a chronometer watch, they got one. It's only $165. So again, like, yeah, why not? Casio. And I know they got some fancy ones. I use my U. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've got some high-end watches. So prices high to low. Oh yeah. Oh, that's because it's got. I think this metal is. They're using crazy materials. Um, yeah, it's made out of like, and it's got freaking jade crystals and yeah. That's a fancy watch, and then you've got your date, day of the week, standard daylight savings time, your 24-hour. Yeah, these are just art pieces that kind of look cool. Oh yeah, even lights up. Fancy. Yeah, nobody needs that. I would actually like, I think there was one that I saw that was really expensive from them. Probably one of these. This is probably more my style. Just a simple watch. So, they still make some watches in Japan, which is cool. So, and they still make calculators. Look at this. I can get my solar calculator hit. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want on my desk. Look at that bad boy. I can do my logs and do some calculus on there. That's cool. Or get this bad boy because the eyesight's starting to go. And it's solar powered. Oh, that's the calculator. Yeah. I did pick up one. It'll be here later this week that matches my white and black aesthetic. I'll show you guys that when that comes in. So when I stream, I'll stream with the black and white watch. So I'll probably have like a little stand for it here so I can always swap. I may design like a watch box to hold because I think I'm gonna try to get like, and this will be my daily drive. This Citizen, once I get it fixed up, will be my fancy watch. And then got my black and white streaming watch, and I got that kind of like cool outdoorsy watch. Then I probably want like one like workout extreme watch, and they'll be good. I have my collection of watches, and I wouldn't have spent much money because I'm fixing a watch, $100 watch, and then like a couple $30 watches. Because there is, let's see, men's watch, and do they have like, yeah, the Rangemaster watches. That's what I want. I want a Rangeman watch. I had a Casio adding machine. Yeah, get you that Casio adding machine. Yeah. Ooh. It's coming a. Yeah, it's a cool color. I don't like that it's vibrational. I don't want any more things that vibrate and make noises on me. Leave that for elsewhere. Let's see here. No, I like the gray. Ooh, negative screen? Let's go. Hold on. That might be the workout go fishing watch. It had a compass, even better, but I don't think it has any of that nonsense. I do like the negative screen, though. I'm always a fan of the negative screen. They're easier to read. So, what is this for? 20 bar. Yeah. They also make the Rangeman watches. Let me see if I can get back there. Yeah, these guys. Military Rangeman watches. Ooh, comes in a negative screen. Let's take a look at that. Because it actually has a compass, which is cool, like a digital compass. And it does have that multi-band 6, but way too expensive. Like, I'm not spending $365 for a watch. Yeah, altitude, barometer, temperature, and direction at high speed with high accuracy, providing information necessary to survive in harsh conditions. Yeah, and it's solar as well, right? Is that solar? Is it solar? Doesn't say triple sensor mode. Oh, tough solar, yeah. So it is solar. Yeah, every so often you got to get a, throw a capacitor in there. But these things typically last longer. They use better battery technology. But yeah, that's all. I'm gonna go game. I think now. I'm gonna take a break and game a bit. I think that'll be fun. Maybe play some tabletop simulator. Or I can finish beating. I got addicted to Mario Golf. I got the kill switch case in from D-Brand, and I've actually been wanting to play my Switch like when I'm laying down or sitting, because like the Switch 2, just in my bare hands, because I got big hands, is not comfortable whatsoever. Like this thing feels like the Switch was fine. Like you can kind of find a place where you kind of get your pinkies underneath it, where it kind of felt okay. And I could play it like while laying down or sitting down for a while. But the Switch 2 was just so big, like there wasn't a position where I get my hands where I was more comfortable for more like 20 minutes. With this kill switch case, and they fixed that like controller issue, where if you grab it from like one side, yeah, it won't collapse, but you can still like take the controller off. And it actually works pretty good if you want to do stylus mode or mouse mode. But yeah, I've almost fully upgraded my me in the game. So if I ever play this game again on Tabby's channel, I might be pretty good, I've learned all the fancy shots. I've got the MacGuffin shot and the lob shot and this fireball special shot right now, and I think an electric special shot now. So yeah. Yeah, this allows me to actually like sit down and play the Switch wherever I want, and it's actually been fun because, yeah, you can see like, oh no, look at that, tell me what you're doing. I got my matte screen protector on there so it doesn't get all crazy. I have 2 friends online. What? Yeah, look at my cool golfer. Yeah, it looks just like me, and he stretches just like me too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm old. I can't go out and golf unless I stretch a little bit. Yeah, that's why I didn't get the Satisfy grip. The downfall of this one is it needs a dock extender. So you need to put a thing in the dock for you to be able to dock this, or you can't. I think with the Satisfy grip, you can leave it on to dock. It's so thin. This one is not thin. It's actually very thick. And you know, all the things work. All the bits and bobs work great. Because I wish the company that makes my favorite grip for my JSOX makes my favorite grip for my Steam Deck. And man, this thing is comfy, and it was like 25 bucks. And like this I can sit. I mean, I play this thing in bed all the time. This is why I've been playing Cast and Chill on. Yeah, this is the fancy OLED. Screen looks better on the Switch too. Don't listen to people who say the OLED screens are better. This is OLED. That screen's better. It's also that screen's a lot larger, which is nice, and a way higher refresh rate. I also like when I hit the start button on that, it starts up right away. Hit the start button on this. Sometimes it takes a while. I have it turned off right now because it will very slow drain in hibernate mode. So yeah, but I do really like my Steam Deck. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Finally waking up from its slumber. It takes forever for it to boot up. Then my favorite thing is when updates crash. It does give it a kickstand, which is cool. Case gives it a really nice kickstand, so you can just set it down, it won't tip over. I think that was one of the things that the Steam Deck didn't do well, was didn't give you a wonderful... Oh, I gotta sign... That's right. I gotta sign back in. Use a Steam mobile app. Yes, we're gonna use a Steam mobile app. Steam mobile app. Security, scan my code. Sign into Steam. Sign in request approved. Yeah, I had an ROG Ally before I got this. I actually got the original Steam Deck, hated it, because a lot of the games just, it didn't work very well. It's gotten better. There's still a lot of games that don't work for it. So like when people tell you like, oh yeah, you know, every game works. No, not every game works for it. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting that I'm on Steam now. Hit A, not B. Let's see, on Steam, there it is. But the best reason to get this thing is this. Yes. For your collection of games that you technically don't own, but you do. Because there's no better way of going, man, I really want to play some Crazy Taxi 2 handheld on Dreamcast. Because there it is. It's actually still in the game. Exit. I made $253 because I was just messing around. Game over. Yeah. Or if you want to play Gunbird 2, which is an amazing game on Dreamcast. Dreamcast was one of my favorite systems. You know, if you want to play your PS2 library. But of course, you know, I might have every single Atari, NES, Super Nintendo. Because who doesn't like a game of adventure? Oh man, those sounds, they make me happy. I do have some Xbox 360 stuff in here. It doesn't work very well. I have not connected retro achievements to it. I don't care about achievements. I just want to play the game that I want to play. Like when I want to play hours of my favorite Nintendo game. When I want to play hours of Tetris, this is the system that I grab. Yeah, this is the system I grab to play Tetris. Yeah, I know I can play it on my Switch too, and it just plays so much better on this than anything else. This is my favorite way of playing Tetris. Oh my gosh, you're giving me all the long boys early, game. Don't you know you're not supposed to give that to another long boy? That's just all long boys. Alright, enough of that. So. Steam. Exit game. Because it will suck up juice if I just leave. I keep forgetting it's not B. I've been playing Switch so much, I've been pressing B. Boom. The old Pokemon games, probably because they wouldn't want those. They'll bring it, the old Pokemon stuff on Switch too. It's coming. It's already been kind of teased or whatever. One day. One day it'll be there. Yeah. And this thing does have this little like hookup here, and it comes with straps. You can put a external battery, like a battery pack, and plug it in here and plug it in the USB-C port. Boom. There's some cool ROM hacks. There's some cool ROM hacks in general, man. And I do love the case, like on the kill switch. It's like a band. It literally just make sure you start with the analog sticks, and then it just goes boop, and there it is, fully protected. Throw that in your bag now. 360 protection. So I really wish they made this for the Switch too. They did not. So I am just working with a D-brand case. So, but it worked out nice. I still think the JSOX case feels better because it flares the handle out, kind of like your case with the handles kind of flare out, versus the D-brand is straight up and down. So it's not as comfortable to me, but it does make the profile smaller because it is a big console. It's thin, it's just a really big console. I kind of wish they made the Switch 2 thicker, so they could have put a bigger battery in there and it'd be more comfortable to hold, and it probably would be easier to put accessories onto it. But then it would have been heavier, and there would have been a lot of air, because there's, you know, it is what it is. All right. I'm going to take a break, have a snack. I got some awesome popcorn from the Aldi that I'm going to smash and have a water and play video games until I'm bored of playing video games today. Now that I got Husband Portal going, I may get one later. Yeah! What is this? Google Maps. Oh, I had 88 interactions. Nice. Thanks, Google Maps. All right, everyone. Tabby, Steak, thank you for coming. Hope you had fun. Thank you for keeping me sane as I was streaming. And I'll be back with... I'll probably be back tomorrow. Once I get all those parts to fix this, I'm going to try to be a watch repair boy tomorrow. And get that watch working again, so that way I have another working watch. So yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll catch you on another stream, and until then, stay out of trouble, have fun, play games, win some stuff, and we'll catch y'all later. So have a good night.